Ladies and gentlemen, guys and gals, non-binary pals, and a technical rainbow in between, this is, Jesus Christ, fucking wonky as fuck. I'm gonna have to fix that in a second.
10 seconds in, and it's already a shit show.
Oh yeah, but this is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast, and with me as, you fucked me up, Fact. You fucked me up. This is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Boingle Rider Gaston, and with me as always is my tag team partner,
The Vacuuminator! And I have shelves now.
He does have shelves now.
I do. They're very nice. I spent a while on them.
There. No, why are you doing that?
I don't know what you're doing. I can't see those. I'm like a few seconds behind on the replay.
No, my camera just keeps leaning over slowly and surely.
It's trying to like slowly get out of frame.
Yeah, no.
I can see that now. What the heck? Live, everybody.
I don't know why it's doing this.
Maybe tighten one of the joints on the tripod or whatever.
It's not on a tripod. It's on a stack of fucking DVDs.
What the hell?
Hold on. Keep them entertained. I'm gonna be talking too, but like so
Yeah. I mean, what? Do you want me to just jump into the card, or?
I mean, we can talk a little bit. It's like, hey, there was some wrestling this week. Wrestling?
Yeah. One thing we missed, or rather chose not to talk about last week, was 2 Point Show, the AEW Games stream that happened immediately following last week's Dynamite.
The camera's fixed. I'm good. We're good now.
Hey, nice.
Riveting content for the audio podcast that we just started for MMWP. Find it wherever you listen to your podcasts, except like Apple, because it's not there yet for some reason. You can find it on Spotify.
Yeah, go listen to us on Spotify, folks. Or if you are listening to us on Spotify, hi.
Keep following us and listening to us on Spotify.
Yes. And also other places, wherever you can, really.
Like, subscribe, and to comment on the channel.
Smash that fucking like button. But on 2 Point Show, we had an interview segment between Kip Sabian and Kenny Omega. Basically, Kip being a little salty and being like, I like video games. I'm a streamer. Why wasn't I on the first AEW game stream?
Because you're shit at video games.
Yeah, that, and he was also kind of like, it was supposed to be all the people who are actually working on the AEW games. You're just a gamer. It's a thing. Yeah. But Kip did have a lot of questions culled from the AEW audience, and we basically went over a few key talking points about the coming AAA game, which, not AAA wrestling, but AAA video game title terms and stuff. We learned that the story mode, they basically went over the story of how they got to Gata-san, the No Mercy guy who's now working on the AEW game. Basically, Kenny went to visit the studio in Japan where No Mercy was developed, and there were only like 1 or 2 guys from that original team still there. But they were all like really excited, like, oh, we love to work on a new wrestling game. That's great. And Kenny's like, yeah, that's great. Where's Gata-san?
I don't care about you, chuckle fucks.
I assume he was nice to them, but that's kind of the tone this story gave off.
He said chuckle fuck in Japanese.
Yes. But he got
even better yet, he says the whole
sentence
and then says chuckle fuck in English.
Yes. But he got Gata-san's contact information, had a private meeting with him, and eventually they brought him on board. It was pretty simple as that. They mentioned that the game will have a create a character mode. He went over like how integral that is to a wrestling game experience now, and like he even said like, yeah, you'll be able to create wrestlers from other promotions in our game.
All the WWE stars that you want to actually have fun with in a game that's not buggy, you can make them.
I can't wait to make Becky Lynch AEW World Champion. Um, he said that the actual style of how the gameplay works is like right in between an arcade style and a simulation of actual wrestling combat because um he grew up on the whole arcade style with No Mercy and things like that, but he also acknowledges that simulation is the standard now, and they want to keep it kind of familiar for people who have only played more modern games.
Hey, we didn't make this announcement, but can you tell the people that I'll probably be bouncing?
Sure. Boingo's got to go take care of some personal stuff. I'll just keep running down things while he's gone. They basically said that there's not going to be a release date until they're sure the game won't be buggy at release. And he kind of threw some shade at obviously the most recent WWE AAA title, and then also Cyberpunk 2077, which has been a bit of a mess from what I've heard, but I don't play that many video games. Um, and he also said that there will definitely be DLC for the game. And I imagine that's something like anyone who's not on the roster during development, but like debuts very close to the game coming out, it'll be like, we're going to do DLC to get them in there. Stuff like that. Um, there's also supposed to be like a really robust system for implementing people's move sets and whatnot in the creator character thing, which sounds neat and interesting. And like they touched on the games we like, there's moves from now that weren't even around back then, and figuring out how to get them into a wrestling video game that's kind of like No Mercy, kind of like Raw versus SmackDown, kind of like all these games we grew up on and liked. It's a little difficult. That's a little weird, and that's what's making the game take so long. But they are working on it very hard and trying to make it as good as it can possibly be. Are you back?
I gotta go do some things real quick. Do you want to keep talking, or do you want to go to the be right back screen?
Let's go be right back.
Okay. We'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Real life shit just happens sometimes. It'd help if my camera was working. Let's give it a moment. Let's just see how this works. Let's just see how this goes down.
Yeah. Is there a podcast or isn't there? That is to be decided. Icon on the stream now.
Yeah. So, you're on right now. Your camera's up.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody.
We'll just
Like
give it
that. You like that nice modular media flag I had made for the summit?
That never
It's going to
happened.
be a big. It will still happen. It's just there's no date at the moment because things are delayed because COVID. Because COVID is the not to be a stereotypical Facebook post, but COVID is the worst thing in the history of forever. Yeah, I had that commissioned. It was going to be a big surprise on the opening ceremony stream, but I don't know. It's a background thing now.
Yeah, like, yeah, the app I'm using on my phone's not wanting to connect. Let's see if I can do it like this. Yeah, shit.
Oh boy. Live, everybody.
Yeah.
Thrilling audio content, really.
It very much so.
Mm. That's the other great thing about us being on Spotify is now we can make one of Wrestle Talk's most overused Quizzlemania jokes. Bah. We're going to truncate the silence, and it'll just randomly be bah right there in the middle.
What the fuck is going on with this? It never did it. Like, it was never this bad.
Oh, God.
It always connected.
Well, it was a good run.
Here's the thing. I didn't even take it off the app.
No, you just let it fall asleep. There's your problem.
No, my phone was still on.
Okay, that's fucking.
Hold on. Doot. 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 That's not what I want.
Do you want to just close the stream and start over? Do you want a full do-over?
No, I am doing this, and we're fucking doing it like that. Fuck off.
No.
Warts and all. Fuck it.
The worst version. Welcome, everybody, to MMWP, where nothing matters and the points are fucking stupid.
What the fuck?
That's some tasty bullshit over there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing something. He's doing something, everybody. You can't see it, but I can. He's doing something.
I'm figuring something out.
This is gonna end with you, like, making some kind of bizarre tinfoil connection between your phone and the computer. And it all looks extremely jury-rigged and hillbilly-esque.
I mean, it's 90% of the shit I do.
You said it, not me. The worst part is, like, I don't mind suffering through this to eventually get to talk about wrestling, but the Zenkaiger press conference is going on right now, and I can't look at that because if I start looking at it, I won't be able to stop.
Is that it? Is it just because those shit isn't running?
I don't know. Maybe, probably, definitely, absolutely. All of those options. And the ones you haven't even considered too. All options are available to you in this infinite reality we call modular media. It's an other space, a space between spaces, real, where life is death and death is life, and up is down and left is right, and we are all together cuckoo cuckoo. And all that and more on this week's edition of The Twilight Zone. That's all I got for that bit. I'm tempted to start roasting your background, but I know you might actually get interested and start talking about something, and then you won't fix the problem.
I don't know what happened. I think my computer just lost the driver somehow. Because I'm not seeing it in
What?
the task manager. And it says, like, yeah, no, these need to be running background process. And it's like, they're not there.
That can happen?
I don't think so, but.
What the fuck, dude? We need to get some live viewers on this show eventually. There's not even a chat for me to talk to right now.
No.
I mean, there is, but it's fucking empty.
That's because we're fucking nobodies.
Do I have to make that joke again?
Nobody cares about us, Zach.
We are literally nobody's watching wrestling. I'll be here all week, fucks.
That's what I need.
Is this copyright? Am I getting us flagged right now?
Probably.
That was 46 seconds.
There's that.
He said knowing very well that he can get flagged for that. What is, what's this one? It's enough of that.
Okay. There we go. Now it's fucking back up.
Is it?
Yes.
Actually? Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
Okay, guess I'm gonna move the stream for the third time.
It's the same link.
It's turning into a fun thread, though. Should we just launch into Dynamite then?
I want to give it just a second to make sure everything's running fine.
God, dude.
Dude, How many problems have we had? Is it not
So
fair
many.
to
We
give
had
it like
so
a
many
half a
problems.
minute to make
I
sure
don't.
no gremlins pop up? You okay there?
I just want to watch the Zenkaiju trailer, dude.
Here's the thing. This is so shit. I think it'd be best if we just like went like right now and went, this is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast. We've had a bad night making this. This is probably the only segment that we're gonna keep up. Vac is miserable. I'm sorry, Vac.
This is the worst night of my life.
Shit just happens.
And I got covered in glue an hour before I had to go to a New Year's Eve party once.
So we've talked about some things. We talked about 2-Point Show. We've talked about Impact. We talked about the beef. I'm going to try and salvage as much as I can and just edit it together and have an MMWP.
May God have mercy on your soul.
It's 3 fucking videos. Ain't that bad. It's a problem to be solved and tackled.
Says the guy who has all day to do shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. Do you not want me to do that?
No, I just wanted to talk about wrestling and go to bed. That's what I wanted when I came home today. This was a good day. After weeks of looking, I finally found a Lightning Collection SPD 2-pack that didn't have fucked up paint on the figures. And I was really happy about that. And I finally got my first Extreme Set fucking action figure photography background in the mail. I was really jazzed. I was like, all right, I'm ready to start opening figures again. I'm going to get back into figure photography this weekend. It's going to be a good time. Oh, Battlefront 2 for free? Yeah, I'll take that and do that this weekend too. Oh, wow. I'm a happy boy. I'm going to talk about wrestling now. And then Boingo Rider happened.
No. The shit Boingo Rider owns happened.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I will allow you that distancing.
Because apparently the drivers updated when I wasn't paying attention, and like it worked for the first part and then never again. So I had to.
Mm-hmm.
But we opened Dynamite with a match I thought was going to be much later on the card with Eddie Kingston and Pac the Bastard.
Yeah. This was a crazy match. I deadass thought we were getting FTR versus Jurassic Express first. So when we went right into this, I was like, okay, shit, sit up and pay attention. Because this is a match that we've been building to for literal months.
Yeah.
And like on the same level as the main event of this show, which I guess is kind of the point. This show is bookended by matches they've been building for months. It was a hella good match. Nothing super special, I thought, but just really good character work from both guys, and how Pac is the relentless brute who's just gonna keep beating on you no matter what, and how Eddie Kingston is the crazy man who can totally take it, even though he looks like he couldn't.
Yeah, no, this was fun. I really like the angle that they had at the end with Pac getting the brutalizer, basically showing like, hey, yeah, no, in this feud I was kind of the baby face. I'm still a dick.
Because he won by hitting Eddie with a black arrow and then pinning him, and then immediately after the bell was rung, he was just like, "All right, get up, motherfucker! You're in the brutalizer now." And the referee was like, "No, stop!" And the family got in the ring and they started trying to start shit. There was a big standoff, and then Lance the Pants Archer came in with Jake the Snake Roberts, and they ran them off. And Lance just stared down Pac and basically went, "Dude, get your shit together," and then he left.
Yep, building a possible match with them. That's going to be fun.
Oh, hell yeah. Really interesting, because they filmed this like the night after New Year's Smash Night 1, apparently. Most of this show, at least. So I don't know if you've seen Twitter, but Lance Archer shaved off all his hair, so I'm interested to see what bald Lance Archer looks like next week.
That was a weave.
Really?
Yeah, that blonde and red's a weave.
Oh, shit. Be interesting. Still, interesting to see what he looks like next time.
Yeah. But next we have... No, wait. I introed the first one. Bring it up.
We had the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor, with Orange Cassidy versus the Best Man, Miro, with Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. If Chuck loses, he will be Miro's young boy until after the wedding. And, yeah, this was just this is the squash Miro has been needing since he debuted.
Oh, very much so.
Because, Miro has had squash matches to try and build him, but they've always been just a little off. Like, he's had just a little ring rust. Just not quite there yet. And then in this one, Chuck starts getting a little offense in, and then Miro just immediately fucks his ass up. And looks like a perfect, awesome brute.
God damn, my camera keeps... I'll just let it go. But, like... Chuck got some in at first. Like, it wasn't immediate squash. But just that one moment, and Miro was like, nope, you lose now.
For what it's worth, your camera looks fine on the stream playback for me.
It just... Visual... You know how when you have a talk on a piece of technology and it and echoes your voice like 1 second later, and it jams
and you can't mute it?
What? Yeah, it's just mute it. Yeah, no, it's just jamming. Visually is jamming me when it.
I'm sorry about that, man.
Nah, it's fine. But it fixed itself. It just happens every once in a while. It's just, I think. Yeah. Also, commentary was talking about Chucky T being Miro's butler, probably because it's easier to explain to an American audience instead of having to explain a young boy and then explain...
Easy to explain to a casual wrestling fan, even, because as much as people try to talk about it like it's common now, Japanese wrestling terminology is still kind of like a hardcore wrestling knowledge in the West thing.
Yeah. And even then, like, there's nuance that many Americans don't get, because it's like, it's not just that they're young and they're learning, it's that they're genuinely being taught and that kind of shit, and it's a dojo system, which is a completely different idea than American wrestling schools and that kind of thing. Like, the most people know is the young boys in New Japan, which are the Young Lions, and they just get fucking, brutalized by the dude who likes One Piece. I can't remember his name.
Hiroshi Tanahashi? Does he like One Piece as well as Kamen Rider?
No. It's the dude who wears trunks, shaves his head in weird patterns, and looks like he'll shit you out.
Oh, I know who you're talking about!
Suzuki! No. Suzuki!
Yes, Suzuki, the Spider Boy!
Yeah, Suzuki.
The scary Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I say that because I literally only know him from Eye Patch Wolf's video.
Okay.
He described him as like a spider that picks apart its victims.
Yeah.
But Miro does eventually win this match by getting Chuck to tap out to the game over, and the segment ends with like a gang of goblins. Miro, Kip, and Penelope all picking Chuck off and dragging him to the back while Orange Cassidy just slowly gets in the ring and takes off his sunglasses and looks on in despair. Oh no, one of my friends is in the hospital and now the other one is being held hostage.
Oh man, we're gonna get some beautiful comedy segments out of all that though.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, you, sir, you are gonna get treated to punished Orange Cassidy.
I just want him to wear an eye patch for no reason.
Yes.
Just no reason. And he goes full Orange Cassidy. Like, he just gives no more shits.
This is the dumbest fantasy booker thing ever, but, like, just imagine at the wedding, Orange Cassidy, Trent Beretta, and John Moxley all show up in military fatigues, all wearing eye patches. It's like,
Wait, I'm
we're here
doing
to
this.
fuck
No,
shit up.
no, I'm doing this. You're supposed to be Ocelot. I'm supposed to be Snake. Who am I supposed to be?
You're what's his name from you're Raiden.
I don't want to be Raiden. He gets his ass touched by the president of the
Too
United
bad.
States.
Too bad.
That's a real fucking real cutscene from that game.
I know. No. Yeah. Now go backstage, Trent, and let Tony Khan touch your ass.
And ask if you were actually a man. You're a man?
Whoa.
But next we have a continuation of the Matt Hardy and Private Party stuff, where basically Hardy Party is backstage, and Dasha's asking, "Hey, how's it being newly minted managed by Matt Hardy?" And Private Party tries to hype it up. It's like, yeah, so much experience, all this it's great to be around Matt Hardy, and then they just break down. It's like, it's fucking bullshit. He's taking all our money. We signed the contract, we didn't read it. We're dumb. This is like, fuck him. And Matt's going like, hey, I'm giving you a lot of good service. I'm doing a lot of good for you. And they just look at him and go like, it just feels like you're kind of a money-sucking carny.
And Matt gets so fucking pissed off. He just immediately launches into this like angry drunk stepdad rant of like, they don't care about you. I'm the only one who cares about you. No one cares about me. I learned that it all out when I busted my head open. Shut up. This interview's over. Everyone over. And it was hilarious and awesome.
Oh yeah, especially with remember, part of this new version of Matt Hardy is heavily predicated on the idea of, I'm getting old, I need money to take care of my family for the future.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's money grubbing, but for 4 kids and a wife and a brother who has a drug problem.
Doesn't he have another one on the way?
Yeah, he has 3 boys and he's gonna have 1 girl.
Oh, did they announce that as a girl?
Yes. It was on a Instagram post. Matt Hardy posted we already have 4 on Team Boy. It's only fair to get 1 more on Team Girl.
Mm-hmm. So. I mean, Jeff's got 2 daughters, so
yeah,
even the odds. But then we go back to the ring, and the Inner Circle come out to announce their New Year's resolution. Jericho just basically goes, okay, we all know why we're here. Who wants to start? And Hager immediately, just like the most Jim Bro, just goes, championships! Yeah! And Jericho's like, that's a good start. I like that.
I love how Hager's kind of it's like the Avengers having to deal with the Hulk.
Yes.
It's, all right, cool, buddy. Oh, yeah, sure, peanut butter sandwich. Let's get you a peanut butter sandwich, man. Don't piss him off, don't piss him off, don't piss him off, don't piss him off.
Wait a minute. With how this segment ends up going, does that make Sammy Guevara 4?
No, that makes Sammy Guevara fucking Rick Jones.
Yes.
Clank.
But anyways, God damn it. MJF says he wants to keep strengthening his bonds with the group, and that we can all agree that fat people suck. Just the most random, blatant, I want heel heat right now fucking line. It's hilarious. And I love how the entire Inner Circle just kind of goes, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah. Jericho says he wants to win the tag belts with MJF, and then Santana is immediately like, excuse the fuck out of you.
We're the tag
team. What? We're the tag team. Look at me, Jericho. I'm the tag team. I'm the tag team now. And Jericho and Sammy, MJF tries to calm everyone down, and then Sammy's basically like, no, Jericho's a tag team slut.
Yeah, no,
legitimately what he said.
We were the Sex Gods. Then you said you were going to team up with Hager and get the tag belts, and now you're teaming with MJF. Yeah, no, you're a tag team slut, and everybody
doing whatever it takes to get to the top of those rankings.
Yeah. Everybody kind of lost it at that, but like, there was other good New Year's resolutions outside of that. Like Ortiz was going like, yeah, no, I want to perfect some of my grandma's cooking.
Mm.
I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Ortiz is a good boy. I like it when he gets in the camera and shouts about how he's the best. Um,
They need Foo Fighters to sing them out on a big pay per
no,
view.
no, Neil Cicerega.
Neil Cicerega's version of the best, yes.
Yeah. Um, but then everyone basically just starts fighting. Sammy and MJF are going at it again, and Jericho basically goes, all right. Next week we're having a freeway tag team match to decide who is the official tag team of the Inner Circle. It's going to be me and MJF, Santana Ortiz, and Sammy, whoever you want to team up with. And Sammy goes, all right, I'm teaming with Jake. We're going to be Sammy Hager. And Jericho's like, that's funny. And Sammy just goes, why is that funny? Because he's a fucking child.
Yeah. Because people, if you don't know, Sammy Hager was the second singer for Van Halen
Mm-hmm.
in the 90s.
And you know, with the fucking rock nerd that he is, that joke was just completely Jericho's idea.
Like, they were talking about doing like an internal tag team tournament, and they were going like, okay, do this. You and Jake, you and Samuel go, wait a second, your name Sammy Hager. Why haven't we done this before? And then everybody goes like, what? Sammy Hager. Who? Like, I guarantee you that was probably the first reaction any of them had when he brought it up. Who?
Mm-hmm.
But Jake Hager, it took him a second, but he got it, and it's like, oh, Sammy Hager,
yeah. This whole segment, I liked it. Good characterization for most of the Inner Circle. I'm looking forward to the tag match next week. But what about him? What about Wardlow?
Our boy Wardlow? Because I have a feeling. Here's the thing. We have like a small list of wrestlers that we go like, they're our boy. Will Hobbs, Wardlow, Orange Cassidy's my boy, and I'm pretty sure he's kind of your boy.
I like Orange Cassidy. I wouldn't call him my boy.
Alan Angels is my boy. What are some of your boys?
I think at this point, John Silver, he's pretty much my boy.
I mean, John Silver's like, I love John Silver too. John Silver's my
Austin
boy.
Gunn.
Oh yeah,
I like Austin Gunn a lot. Fucking Peter Avalon, dude, just cracks me up.
But yeah.
Those are my jobber babies, as I'll call them now.
Speaking of some jobber babies, Alex Marvez is backstage talking to Dark Order, basically going, "What? You gave me the perfect fucking segue."
No, A+. It just caught me off guard.
Basically talking to Dark Order, going, "Hey, do you want to tell the audience what we're going to be doing with you from now on?" And they went like, "Yeah, we're gonna be good guys.
Our characters from Being the Elite, those are now our characters in all of AEW.
Yeah, basically saying like, hey, we want to honor the spirit of Brody Lee and how good of a person he is. We want to be good guys. And honestly, what I would love for the Dark Order to do from now on is basically be good, wholesome, goofy goofs, but just keep the air of a weird, creepy cult. So
no. Here's the thing. Crazily, this works perfectly because the Dark Order started off as a legitimate cult surrounding this personality who they claimed was like the greatest person ever. And now that he's dead, we know backstage he was legitimately the greatest person ever. So this works perfectly for them to become babyfaces trying to honor his spirit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like keep the weird, creepy tentacle logo, keep the name Dark Order, keep all that stuff. And so when they first go to a person who's like, "Hey, do you want to join the Dark Order?" They go like, "Why would I want to join a group called the Dark Order where that purple tentacle monster is your logo? You look like an evil, weird sex cult."
No, dude, we're just a bunch of cool guys who hang out in our lair and lift weights all the time. We're a bunch of bros. And like the thing is, as the audience, we know that's true.
Yep. And my
Like it's
camera
totally.
decided to. We're just gonna keep the camera on you for right now.
Oh my god.
I don't know what's going on. Because on this it's good, so I don't know. It's
Awesome.
up here.
Uh, but should I just take the lead now?
You know what? This is already a shit show. I'll be right back. Yeah, I think the USB just got a little wiggled, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just needed a second to check it, and I was just needed to piss. It was distracting me. The amount of piss I needed to piss.
All right. So getting back to this Dark Order segment.
Yeah. Basically, they're teaming up with Hangman next week doing a match.
Did you forget who he was?
No, I just couldn't think of the name. I knew like face was there, person was there. It was like name.
Pretty cowboy.
Cowboy shit.
Yes.
Cowboy
Yes.
fertilizer. And they basically said like, "Hey, are you gonna join us? You know what we're about now. We're not gonna be weird, creepy people. We just want to hang out, help each other, and be supportive. Do you want to?"
And then John Silver like practically comes on him.
Oh, he is such a coomer.
He is just on the mind, just going, "I love you, Hangman. I love you so much. I'm so happy you're here." And Hangman's just like, "Yeah."
I get it. And he says, "You know what? Next week I will give you a definitive answer." And all the Dark Order are going like, "Yes." He's gonna say
And
yes.
I'm thinking from a character perspective. He's like, "If we win the match, I'll say yes. If we lose, I'll say no."
I can see that. But basically, they start celebrating. It's like, yeah, he's gonna say yes. And then the camera slowly pans, and Hangman Hatton barely walked out of the scene, and he's just kind of like giggling. It's like, these guys are so silly. I kind of dig hanging out with them. It's just fun. This is the most fun I've had here in quite some time, kind of thing.
Yeah. Um, but then we got an announcement, which is that the first ever AEW awards will be airing on Bleacher Report, which is on one of the pay-per-view websites. It's a thing on there,
Mhm.
and it will be happening, I think, right before Dynamite on the 27th. Um, and we do have a. You could like. Here's the cool thing about this. This isn't like WWE where we're doing the Slammies and we're just giving it to whoever we like best. They're having the fans vote on this. They picked the nominees, but it's fans' choice, much like Nickelodeon. So, we do have a full list of all the awards and all the nominees. I have it up here. Do we want to go down this and say who all we voted for?
I haven't checked the vote anything yet, so I have.
It was working while I was watching Dynamite last night, so
I hadn't
um,
like. Here's the thing. I saw that they were doing the awards, and I was like, "Oh, this is just one of those things. These worked things to build hype for something."
mhm.
So
Well, yeah, you can actually go to AEWawards.com and vote right now. Um, but I do have the nominees here if you want to go over it.
sure, let's go over some of these.
Okay, so Best Moment on the Mic is the first award, and the nominees are MJF We Deserve Better speech, Cody Rhodes accepts dog collar match, John Moxley accepts Inner Circle invitation, Brandy Rhodes confronts Jade Cargill, and Orange Cassidy debates Chris Jericho. I voted for Orange Cassidy debates Chris
Yeah,
Jericho.
well, all those moments are great, but like, I don't like.
Except for Cody dog collar match acceptance. That was a nothing promo.
Yeah,
Cody had like 5 great promos this year, and they picked the one like nothing promo he did.
Again, that's what makes me think it's much more of like a worked kind of thing. It's meant to build hype for specific things. Also, that was like one of the major promo moments with Brody Lee, and they may have wanted to have something with him in it.
Yeah. Him and his influence are on a bunch of nominations, I'll say that.
Yeah. Like, that's, I think, the reason why that's there.
But then we had biggest surprise, and the nominations for that are Matt Hardy's debut, Jake the Snake Roberts confronts Cody, Brody Lee arrives as the Exalted One, Sting's AEW debut, and Miro revealed as the best man. Now, I feel like the right choice for this is Sting's AEW debut. However, Cody blatantly called him out during the first TNT title match, so I was kind of just like, it's only a matter of time until Sting shows up. I wasn't expecting him to show up when he did, but I always had it in the back of my head since that moment that Sting is probably going to show up in AEW sooner or later.
Yeah.
So I went with Brody Lee arrives as the Exalted One, because it was a complete wild card. We all thought it was going to be Matt Hardy, and then it was Brody Lee, and we all lost it because it was a swerve, but it was an awesome swerve.
Yeah, definitely Brody Lee, especially because like it's just good. Yeah, Brody Lee.
Then we had Breakout Male Star of the Year, and the nominations are Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, and John Silver.
Ooh.
Now, see, I want to vote for John because I feel like he's having a real breakout moment, but like he's on the verge of it. But like this has been Orange Cassidy's year.
Ooh, Eddie Kingston.
Really?
Like Orange Cassidy got him, like did a lot of cool shit, but like Eddie Kingston has, by being put in front of this major audience, has revolutionized what people think of professional wrestling.
That's fair. See, I don't even remember what I went with on this. So, like, I'm kind of torn as to what my choice would be now. But I know I definitely didn't go with Darby. Because, like, I like Darby, but they've been pushing him since AEW began.
Yeah.
Then we had a breakout female star, and the nominations for that were Hikaru Shida, Anna Jay, Tay Conti, sorry. I always make that mistake. Big Swole, and Penelope Ford.
I'm being called, so hold on a moment.
Okay.
I'm going to the BRB. Oh. No, my camera's just like a good few seconds behind.
Okay. Let's deal with it.
Yeah. No, it's just on my camera right now because I am finding this hilarious.
Is the audio fine?
I guess. I mean,
For me.
yeah, no, like I'm now just sitting in my chair on the camera feed.
Okay.
Yeah. So why don't you tell me about the the women that were nominated?
Okay. The female breakout star of the year: Hikaru Shida, Anna Jay, Tay Conti, and Big Swole and Penelope Ford.
Part of me wants to say Tay Conti.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe? I don't know. Penelope Ford, maybe.
I feel like I voted for Hikaru Shida because she's the champion and she kind of came out of nowhere. She went from being one of the Joshis in AEW to being the Joshi in AEW. Granted, not all of that was because of her, but still. And I feel like runner-up is Anna Jay because she only finished wrestling school like a month ago. Almost the entire time she's been on AEW, she's still been a trainee, and yet she immediately took to it and was competing at a championship level. That's kind of incredible.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to vote for Tay Conti, she's cool
I don't
too.
know. It was just a thought. It's just like she seems to be really good, really improved. Anna J
Yeah,
too.
we'll talk about her more tonight or later tonight.
Yeah.
Um, Then there was Biggest Beatdown, and the nominees for that are Inner Circle jumps Orange Cassidy, Dark Order attacks Nightmare Family, Nyla Rose puts Riho and Sheeta through tables, Brian Cage sneak attacks John Moxley, and the Nightmare Family and Inner Circle brawl. I went for Dark Order attacks the Nightmare Family.
What was some of the other ones? I can't. You just said them. I'm sorry.
Inner Circle jumps Orange Cassidy. Nyla Rose puts Riho and Sheeta through tables. Brian Cage sneak attacks John Moxley. And the Nightmare Family and Inner Circle brawl.
I can see that one, but like Nyla Rose putting Riho and Hikaru Shida through tables defined the women's division for months.
That's true. But also, like, literally the last time I was left on the edge of my seat by AEW was when the Dark Order beat down the Nightmare Family after Cody had just lost the TNT title to Brody Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a toss up.
Best High Flyer. Ray Phoenix, Mark Quinn, Nick Jackson, or Pac? Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah. Hardest moment to clean up after. This is a gag award, but the nominees are Orange Cassidy drops orange juice on the Inner Circle, Parking Lot Brawl, The Bunkhouse Match, Big Swole dumps garbage on Britt Baker. I went for the Parking Lot Brawl just because, like, they legitimately fucked up cars in that. That's going to take a while to get those towed out.
Yeah.
Biggest WTF moment. Cody Rhodes steel cage moonsault, Sammy Guevara hit by golf cart, Kenny Omega wins AEW World Championship and walks out of AEW, bloody Dr. Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida, Young Bucks frog splash off stadium railing. It's no contest. It's Kenny walking out after winning the title.
But if you take that out, it's Sammy getting hit.
Yeah. LOL award. Jericho and MJF lay dinner debonair. Britt Baker waxes Tony Schiavone. Is that like slang for roasts?
No, she waxed Tony Schiavone.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about that. Sorry. Young Bucks kick MJF into swimming pool. Inner Circle Vegas trip. I went for Young Bucks kick MJF into swimming pool.
What was the first one?
Lay dinner debonair.
Yeah. Nah. Swimming pool.
Yeah. Just because, like,
the
guy tries to help him up and then flips him off. Best Twitter follow. MJF, Orange Cassidy, Dr. Britt Baker, or Nyla Rose.
Orange Cassidy barely posts.
Yeah.
And considering it's Twitter, you barely want to be there anyway, so yeah.
I went for MJF just because I feel like he's the best at roasting people, and that's kind of what Twitter's all about these days.
Yeah.
And then the final award is Bleacher Report Pay-Per-View Moment of the Year. Stadium Stampede, Moxley wins AEW Championship, Sheeta wins AEW Women's Championship, Omega and Paige defeat the Young Bucks, Darby Allin wins the TNT title from Cody, and the Young Bucks win the AEW Tag Team title. Stadium Stampede.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah. Also, Bucks FTR, though.
It's true, but, like, I never had more fun this year than watching Stadium Stampede live with you.
Yeah. And when we were just trying to fucking predict what they were going to do.
Mm-hmm. And then they just got even more creative than we did.
Oh, yeah. I remember we were freaking out about the 100-yard Northern Light suplex.
And we kept going like, there's no way they're going to get all the way to the end. There's no way. And then they were there.
Uh,
But then the next bit is yours.
all right. Hi. Daja is backstage with the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Bucks, but Don Callis is there, and they're talking about like, oh yeah, we're about to go out and do all that kind of stuff. And Don Callis brings up, it's like, hey, why don't we have Kenny do his entrance and you, tag team champions, do your entrance? It means everybody deserves the glory that they deserve, essentially. And Bucks would go like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Sure, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. And Don Callis goes,
like the Elite entrance.
B, Elite.
B, D, Elite. Okay.
And so they agree. It's like, oh yeah, okay, sure. And Don Callis goes like, yeah, Kenny Omega out there fighting with his best friends. And it's like, oh. And so Kenny does his entrance, does the whole 9 yards. and then Justin Roberts. My mind can't remember names tonight, apparently. Justin Roberts starts announcing the partners for Kenny Omega, and he brings in the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson.
And just immediately, backstage footage of the Bucks and Tony Khan looking on like, God fucking damn it, we should have seen this coming.
And you know, like, Don Callis is paying them, so, like, nothing Tony Khan can do. Like, he can't just say, like, he didn't sign a contract. So, no, you signed, like, Don Callis signed a contract with Kenny Omega, who has an AEW contract. So, like, it's loopholes and loopholes, and they have a fun match. Actually, Varsity Blondes and
Danny
Limelight got some actual offense in, which was nice.
I was shocked. I thought it was going to be a 5-minute squash.
No, it was a little bit more competitive. They did go into picture-in-picture.
Yeah. But, like, they legitimately made Danny Limelight look like $10.
Yeah. But eventually, Kenny and the Bros get the win. They're celebrating. The Super Elite. The Impactful Elite. Impactful Elite.
Yeah.
They win, but then people come in and go like, nah, fuck you. Pull apart brawl. Moxley comes in and goes like, fuck you, Kenny Omega. The Bucks go out and go like, hey, guys, chill, relax. Then the Lucha Bros come in and go like, we want those belts. Give us those belts.
And they super kick the Bucks in the face.
It just becomes a big fucking... It's a mess. And that's what the Elite storyline is. It's a big old mess.
Yeah.
In a good way. Like,
really, really interesting. Because going into this show, I was expecting it to be... the Bucks are going to be reluctant heels for a few weeks until eventually Adam Page comes out with the Dark Order and is basically like, guys, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, the fuck are you doing? You're with the Dark Order. Big brawl. But the Bucks still getting screwed out of things and just basically being played around with by Don Callis is super interesting. And it also finally, like, really gave us a solid picture of where Kenny's head is right now. And I've always kind of suspected this, but I feel like this episode confirmed it, which is he doesn't give a shit about anything as long as he's still in high-profile matches and at least around the title. Like, he will let Don do whatever he wants as long as he's still close to the title.
And I mean... There were hints at that kind of characterization for forever. Remember how much he pat himself on the back when he got that 7-star match.
And I mean, like, just perfectly in this segment, he literally says to the Bucks, like, all right, so are we going to do the Elite thing when we go out? Is that what we're doing? And then Don's just like, no, you do your entrance. And then Bucks, you do your entrance. And then when the Good Brothers come out, I was half expecting Kenny to be like, what? I thought Bucks. but he's just immediately like, okay, Good Brothers, let's do it.
Like like Kenny Omega isn't looking for the shortcut to get what he wants, but like he will take every shortcut he can. It's like, okay, cool, I can do that. Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to
Also,
do 5 V
this,
triggers and a one winged angel to win this. Sweet, I'll do that. Oh, I can get away with it by cheating. Sweet, I'll do that.
this was the AEW in-ring debut of the Good Brothers, and I'm going to go out on a limb. This is the best they've looked since New Japan.
Yeah,
Like, I legitimately loved them in this match. I went from, like, after this whole Kenny Omega Good Brothers relationship began, like, sort of serendipitously, because these figures had been announced months and months ahead of time, Super 7 put up the pre-orders for the Good Brothers, and I was like, those look neat, but I don't need the Good Brothers. I don't feel like I need them on my shelf, so I'll pass on them for now. After this match, I was like, I gotta get fucking Good Brothers pre-ordering.
get your good bros. Maybe one day you'll
Mhm.
get AEW Unrivaled after all the other waves kind of come
Mhm.
out.
I've got like part of Wave 2 and Wave 3 secured. I still need to find a way to get Pac, Mox, and the Lucha Brothers. Uh, but yeah, I guess. Do I have the next thing?
Yeah,
Okay. Rebel welcomes us to the dynamite debut of Britt Baker's AEW Dark segment, The Waiting Room, which is basically kind of like a late night talk show, or like a daytime. It's not
it's
your
a modern
typical
Piper's Pit.
wrestling. Yeah, it's a modern Piper's Pit, but not just being Piper's Pit. They're doing their own kind of thing with it and taking inspiration from modern talk show trends, which I really appreciate after shit like A Moment of Bliss existing. Um, but uh, what was I gonna say? Rebel introduces Britt Baker. Britt comes out and she basically does a monologue. She goes like, "Hey, everybody, check under your seats," and there's nothing there. Haha, gotcha. Um, then she talks up Cody and Go Big Show, and eventually just goes like, "Yeah, it's crazy the amount of celebrity on that judges panel." And then Cody Rhodes is also there, just fucking poking fun at him. And then she goes
She
like,
also made a great joke about his fucking tattoo.
"Yeah, Cody, what is going on with you? You've got all these feuds going on. You need to go ahead and pick one already, and let's hope it's not a bad decision like that thing on your neck," is basically what she said.
And as he's walking
Uh,
in, he's just pointing at it. It's like, yeah, I got this neck tattoo now.
hmm Like, maybe I got this so people would have something to joke about with me. Uh, but then Cody comes out and like they make a joke about him having too much pyro for his entrance because they light sparklers and like shine them in his face,
We met the
and he's
contractual
trying to be like,
obligation, Pyro.
yeah. Um, and Britt congratulates him on being a father to be. And then like makes the most amazing joke ever of just going like, "Yeah, your kid's probably gonna have an action figure before I do." And I was like, "Oh,
Oh, just thought. You know what they need to do for Britt Baker? She needs to come
what?
with a separate head with the bloody nose.
Oh, hell yeah!" Like this line isn't afraid of doing that too. They had the Blood Brothers 2 back. I'd be excited
If that's
about
just a
that.
ringside collectible, because that was a ringside collectible, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
If the bloody nose is only ringside, like fine, but like, dude,
Uh-huh. Uh, but she asked Cody about to talk a little bit about Go Big Show, and he starts to say anything, and then Britt's like, "Oh shit, I forgot, I have another guest, Jade," and Jade Cargill comes out, and deadass looks like an Amazon. Like I did not realize how big Jade Cargill was or is until this segment, because she towers over Cody, and she takes the mic right out of his hand and is basically like, "Nobody gives a damn about Brandy being pregnant. Where the fuck is my opponent? I've been waiting for a match for how long now?" Um, and basically just threatens to kick Brandy's ass if she ever comes back. She sucker punches Cody. Red Velvet comes out to try and make a save, and looks like an Oompa Loompa compared to her.
She is like 2 heads shorter.
Yeah.
She's 1 head taller than Cody.
Yeah. So they just pushes her, slaps. Cody yells for the audience to pull them apart, and it just completely breaks down. And Britt grabs her phone, starts taking pictures, and then gets her beat down of Thunder Rosa playing on the Titantron, which then gets interrupted by Thunder Rosa's cell phone. She's calling in to cut a promo.
They need to secure that FaceTime.
Yeah. She basically says that the only reason Britt has the talk show is because she likes to stick her nose in other people's business, but soon she will have to actually do the work and wrestle. Nice nod to Cody. She says that Tony Khan told her he wants to give them a big stage, so the match will now be at Beach Break, because this match was originally supposed to be on this episode of Dynamite, and then Thunder Rosa was exposed to people who tested positive for COVID, so she had to be pulled from the show. That's why we got the waiting room on this show. And Britt just immediately starts flipping out and is like, Tony Khan told me I wouldn't have to wrestle that match. He said it wasn't going to happen. And you're full of shit. You're full of shit. And then the match graphic comes up and she just starts freaking out and crying.
Fucking perfect.
That's how it ended.
Perfect. Oh, God. Jade Cargill. I've shown you the Storm cosplay, haven't I?
Step on me, mommy.
Alright, you're not in the show anymore. Hi, this is Modular Media Wrestling Podcast, the podcast where I, and I alone, talk about wrestling for the week.
You had to know that was coming.
Do I need to get the horny bat? Do I need to get a horny bat for you?
I mean, Sting's got a bat, Jericho's got a bat. I hear Taz bought a bunch of bats, so you can have a bat too. It's not gimmick infringement at this point.
No, it's a meme. Have you not seen the fucking Doge with
I know what you're talking. The
horny bat? Bonk.
Like, here's the thing, folks. I try to dial it back for content. I am far more horny in real life.
Sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get him started on Supergirl.
I mean, you can, but it's not appropriate.
But, no, this segment was okay. It was a little jumbled and a little everywhere. Like...
Yeah, editing could have been tighter.
I also think, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what you could have done, but, there's a good couple bits in this to kind of keep things going. Jade Cargill versus Brandy, Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet, Brandy Rhodes sticking her nose and getting feud started, and Thunder Rosa.
I love that they advertised this as a Cody segment, and he didn't say a fucking word.
Honestly, that's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Because, that's kind of the, I don't want to say a joke, but it's it's the thing that a lot of people kind of slag off AEW, and people even like AEW go yeah, Cody gets a lot of promo time. Cody gets a lot of spotlight, and it's nice to kind of lampshade it a little bit of oh yeah, no, we're gonna interview Cody. Cody doesn't get to say a thing. It's all the women's division, and he's just using his name to make people pay attention.
I almost feel like Tony Khan had to have been you want women's wrestling on my show? Fine. I'm going to swerve you into women's wrestling on my show.
But, no, that's good. We have a good couple great women's feuds going on.
Uh-huh. And we can all please stop joking about there being women's feuds on the show. Please? Please? Please, Mr. Davis?
But, yeah, because we have Jade and her whole situation. We have Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. We have Nyla Rose going after shit. We have Hikaru Shida.
Abaddon may still be going on.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I liked it. Oh, you got the next thing.
Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
Whoa. Oh, it's so good.
Jurassic Express versus FTR. This was a match basically done up because Marco is a salty boy. Why is my... There we go. It wouldn't scroll for a second because it wasn't on it, like the browser wasn't the active app.
No. Marco is the epitome of short person who's angry at their shorts. So whenever somebody goes, haha, you're short, he just goes, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, but basically that's been the build in the feud. FTR is going like, hey, you're a bunch of like they're playing Jim Cornette. They're playing Jim Cornette without being Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
Which fucking don't ever be a Jim Cornette.
But they actually are those kind of people in real life, like but they're honorable about it. Like fucking when FTR first debuted in AEW, they had an interview somewhere. I want to say it was the Jericho podcast, and I distinctly remember Dax saying like, "No, my job is to get these younger guys over. I am going to get these younger guys so fucking over, you are not going to believe it. I don't give a shit if Jungle Boy doesn't like me. I'm going to get his ass over."
Honestly, I feel that's like a lot of that stuff was a work. Like I feel like they try and work us a lot more than they shoot.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were going like, yeah, Marco Stunt, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. And Marco goes like, you know what? You're not going up against Luchasaurus. You're going up against me and Jungle Boy. And they were like, okay, fucking great. We don't have to fight this guy. Sweet. So this is the match. And basically it's Jungle Boy and the human battering ram Marco Stunt versus FTR.
Yeah. Because literally all Marco does is attempt spears and then slip out from in between FTR. It's great.
And be set up for DDTs and tornado DDTs and hurricanranas by Jungle Boy. Like, that's the whole match.
It's pretty good tag team action. It ends when Jurassic Express hits, or not Jurassic Express, FTR hits not the Shatter Machine, but the big rig on Marco and wins.
We still got it's Wednesday. You know what that means today. This time.
Yeah. I think Ross is going to be doing that every week from now on.
I hope so.
Yeah.
And then once Ross isn't there anymore, Excalibur.
Like, legitimately, I think whenever Ross and Shivani are ready to actually retire, or at least leave AEW, I think the new commentary team should be Excalibur and Jericho.
Excalibur, Jericho, Taz. Like, Jericho or Taz. Because him and Taz are great, too.
That's true. But Taz has a way of getting off topic.
But it's hilarious.
That's true.
Here's the thing. Jim Ross is going to retire long before Tony Schiavone.
Yeah.
But it's Wednesday. You know what that means. Just, it's great.
Great.
It's great.
And this match was pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah, but like FTR wins. They get a big substantial win after their Bucks match where they lost. So like
they're building that momentum back up. And remember, it's a new year. All the rankings have reset.
Oh yeah, but I like how they said we're like, oh yeah, here's last year's rankings to see how impressive they were. Let's see where they're gonna go now. That's brought up in the Brian Cage match later.
Yeah.
No, this was great, and it adds more fire underneath the ass of Jurassic Express.
Definitely.
Like, I have a feeling that's going to be the impetus behind whenever they do a trios thing of like,
yeah.
Out of any trios team that they have, I think Jurassic Express would like benefit from having a really good lead up in a tournament, winning the belt, and having that feel good babyface moment, and then struggle to try and keep it. Like, every match is a fucking war.
They should be the first AEW Trios champions. I feel that so strongly.
But you know what I mean? Like, they shouldn't be dominant champions. They should be like, no, we won, and we gotta put our effort in every single time to make sure we win.
It's harder being at the top than getting to the top.
Yeah.
But also, like, I literally just thought of that while we were talking about this match because all day today at work, I've just been thinking in the back of my head, like, because of the Inner Circle segment, I've just been thinking, like, yeah, there's a lot of tag teams in AEW, and all of them I want to see as the champions at some point, but, like, in what order do you do that? And, like, Jurassic Express is pretty high on my list, but Trios Championships is a pretty perfect answer to, like, halving that list.
Oh yeah, very much so. Especially when you also remember Lucha Bros can have Pac, so like they can be in there and also in the main title. It's like, yeah. Oh man, just imagine the one time a faction like that gets both of them.
Oh, damn. Dude.
Imagine
At some point they're gonna make some stars, some like huge stars, and there's gonna be a Freeman faction that has the Trios Championships, the Tag Championships, and the World Title. And it's gonna come down to the TNT champion like fucking holding down the fort against them.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be a great mid-card title feud. Oh, that'd be good. You know who it should be? It should be the family.
Yes, the family versus Darby.
Because guess what? They also have the bunny, and she can win the women's title. Completely draped in gold.
It's one, and Eddie Kingston's just like, there's one piece of the puzzle left, brother.
He doesn't go brother. He goes like, man,
yeah,
man.
Listen, man, he's the facts.
Yonkers.
But then the next match on Dynamite was Tay Conte with the Dark Order versus Serena Deeb for the NWA Women's World Championship. This match was fucking awesome, dude.
Oh yeah, it was great. A lot of submissions, but also a lot of good, like, small strikes. It wasn't like big stuff. It was like, no, it was intimate and like it was MMA.
Normally I find strictly submission stuff to be kind of boring, but like this was so fast paced and there was so much shit happening that like I could not take my eyes off the screen. It was such an amazing, intense match. And like, funny thing about this show, do you know what faction from WWE is currently represented in two different areas of AEW's roster right now? The Straight Edge Society. Because you've got Luke Gallows with Kenny Omega and Serena Deeb representing the NWA Women's Division.
Yeah!
CM Punk to AEW confirmed.
Here's the thing about CM Punk going to AEW. Tony Khan is willing to put money down on music. So and here's the thing. WWE doesn't own the rights to Cult of Personality. Tony Khan can literally just go like, hey, we want to use a license for this, and buy it, and then
oh, yes.
Everybody would just lose their fucking minds like, what?
And then instantly, like, I don't fucking care what else is going on. Reunite the Straight Edge Society.
The only thing I can see that would be a really big hamper to CM Punk ever come to AEW is the possible bad blood he has with Colt Cabana right now.
That's true. But also, Tay Conte looked fantastic in this match.
This was a star-making run for Tay Conte.
And like, this also helped build the Dark Order's thing. If we're going to be better people. Every match her or Anna Jay has had so far, Anna Jay's been like, hey, let's cheat. And Ty's been like, no, we're not doing that. This match, all Anna Jay did was stand at ringside, and then when Ty lost, she held her hand and was like, it's okay. It's okay. You did good.
And when the Dark Order came out, they were like, yo, we're just doing this because it's our thing. We're just happy. We're here to support our friends.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Also, I really love how at the beginning of this match, JR is asking Excalibur, can you explain to me Muay Thai? What is Muay Thai? It's a form of striking and martial arts where you use your elbows, and it's kickboxing. JR, it's kickboxing. Do you understand kickboxing? Yeah, I know kickboxing.
Also, another cool thing about this match, this was a title match in 2021 that was won with a slam. Not a power slam, not a power bomb, not any kind of crazy fancy thing. Just Serena Deeb slammed Tay Conte to the mat and pinned her.
I mean, you gotta build... Like, here's the thing. To make any false finish feel like a false finish, it needs to be believable. And they always use basic moves. And they never get the job done. So once in a while, getting a match where that gets the job done, fuck yeah.
It's like throwing in the towel or the time limit thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But then we have a couple updates for what's going to be happening next week, which isn't a bash. Which it's just a regular Dynamite.
But that's as good as any other show.
Yep. We got Hardy Party versus Top Flight and Matt Seidel, which is gonna be fucking great.
There's gonna be so much jumping. And JR is gonna be so grumpy.
How many gifts do you think are going to be made from this match alone?
42.
Okay, cool. Then we have Hangman and Dark Order versus TH2 and Chaos Project.
Yeah, that's John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Colt Cabana joining Hangman. So, really interesting team.
With the way Colt Cabana did his last match at the Brody Lee Tribute Show, fuck yeah, give me that Colt Cabana a lot more. I love that Colt Cabana.
Also, that match is being done in honor of the fact that next week is -1's birthday.
Like, I don't want to like say let's keep the kid on the show, because no, the kid needs a normal childhood.
When it's appropriate, bring him in.
Because I hate to put it this way, like, we're just fans of Dynamite. He feels like, I don't want to say we know him, but it feels like, no, he's AEW kid. Everybody wants to take care of him.
Yeah.
All the
he's signed talent, so they got to use him at some point.
Oh yeah, no, signed talent. You got to make sure he's trained. You don't want him to be too green.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, like, they aren't just using him on screen. They are legitimately, like, taking care of him and making sure he's all right during this very traumatic time in his life. Fucking Cody and the Dark Order took him to Disneyland the other day.
Yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of the focus has been on -1 because he's an older kid and he recognizes this. His younger brother is like, what, 3?
Yeah.
He's barely going to remember any of this. Which, in a way, is good. In a way, is kind of like your dad. You're the only way you know your dad is the guy who's an evil dick on TV.
But still, you have that Dynamite from a couple weeks ago that he's going to be able to go back and watch and go like, oh shit, my dad was a guy people really loved and respected and were super broken up when he was gone.
And all the footage and all the home videos, and all, but -1, I like being there for -1 in this very public way is nice. It lets us know who got invested in this family. That, yeah, no, we're taking care of him. We're taking, like, we're being there for them. Also, this probably, like, remember, -1's is a huge market at this point. He loves wrestling.
Yeah.
To keep bringing him in is go, like, it's just making him that more invested in the business, that much more, like, I love, like, a love of wrestling, because, like, if they didn't do this, there very well be a timeline where -1 just loses all the magic of wrestling and never wants to deal with it again.
I mean, I don't know how much you've watched of Dark Side of the Ring, but from the episode about Owen Hart, I kind of get the feeling his kids hate wrestling.
At least they hate Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Which, the fucking same.
Yeah. But, like, I have a feeling AEW doesn't want -1 to ever have... They want -1 to love wrestling the way Brody Lee loved wrestling.
Yeah.
But we also are going to get an update from Miro and his young boy, Chuck Taylor, which I think they're just going to localize it as Butler.
But they're saying new Butler. Yeah. But they already have, in that graphic, Chuck photoshopped into a tuxedo. And the photo they used of him, he just looks so done. He's so defeated and just...
We're also getting Nyla Rose versus Layla Hirsch. Ooh.
Yes, please. Inject that shit into my veins.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. And Jon Moxley's return to in-ring action announced for next week. What do you think it's going to be?
Either he's going to smoke a jobber, or he's going to, like, demand that one of the Good Brothers come out and face him.
You know what? I was about to say, in a very negative, kind of pessimistic way, yeah, but we saw those kind of matches in WWE. But I went, this ain't WWE. It's going to be great.
And they've never done something like that in AEW.
Yeah.
Never,
but, like, you know what I mean?
Up, all right, get your ass out in this ring. We're fighting.
But you know what I mean? Like, you go like, oh, yeah, Jon Moxley versus Carl Anderson. How many times was that on, like, SmackDown?
Well, probably a couple dozen.
Yeah. And, like, you go, like, you immediately say that. It's like, I don't want to see that. But then you go, like, oh, yeah, it's Carl Anderson after leaving WWE, becoming champion Impact, and in a hot as fuck angle involving Kenny Omega.
And starting his own promotion.
Oh, he's starting his own? Is it a...
Talk and Chop. Talk and Chop is technically its own promotion.
Oh, yeah. It's a promotion in the same way the Broken Universe is a promotion, though.
That's true.
Is the Broken Universe a promotion?
It is in my heart. It is in my heart, Chris.
But yeah, no. Moxley. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But then we have the main event, sir.
In your main event, we have Brian Cage, the FTW champion, with Team Taz versus Darby Allin, the TNT champion, for the TNT championship. Taz on commentary, and Hook and Ricky Starks at ringside, but Powerhouse Hobbs has been barred from ringside due to past interference. This fucking match, dude. Just like fucking, I feel like both those guys before the match just went, let's see who can bump for who better.
And I mean, that's a big, that's not, I don't want to say a big ask, but it's like, that takes talent from Brian Cage, because you got to make this guy who's smaller than you beat your ass believably. Like, you can't just fucking boom. You gotta toe that line. You gotta know. You gotta be subtle.
At different points in the match, Brian Cage made Darby Allin look like both a Raggedy Ann doll and the strongest twink on the face of the earth.
The biggest power bottom.
I dare you
because of how much he takes it.
He takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
Oh, he's coming for you.
God damn. We'll be here all week. But no, this match.
Yeah, just reach around to that subscribe button, click it, keep following us.
Yeah. At one point, Darby gets flat out thrown out from the middle of the ring into the timekeeper's table, and I swear to God, that thing fucking imploded.
As well as some chairs.
Do you think he bladed, or he legitimately got cut?
I don't want to say he bladed, but because it's Darby fucking Allin. I don't think he bladed. I don't think he put a blade there and did it on purpose. I think he got there and was like, oh, I kind of got a nick.
Yeah. Um, there's a
For people who are
there's a
listening, I was rubbing my forehead as if he was trying to exaggerate it and exacerbate
hi
it.
Spotify. Hi Spotify. How you enjoying this disaster of technical issues?
Hey,
We've been
hey,
okay so far. I hope I didn't just
no, no, no. I got my camera good. It's been running fine. It's not even doing the weird buffer thing anymore.
and we're almost done. We're almost done. Uh, fucking, there was a great
Wait.
spot where Ricky Starks goes to interfere in the match, and then the lights go out for half a second, and then Sting is there, and he finally gets physical. He finally does something in AEW. He beat Ricky with the bat, and Ricky bumped like a motherfucker for it. Um, and then Darby won the match by hitting a crucifix bomb from the middle rope on Brian Cage.
Okay, so roundabout way of getting to this. Wrestle Talk brought up Luke Owens, a Reddit post or comment that he was shown that basically went. The whole reason this whole feud started was Taz came up to Darby after he lost with the crucifix and said, "Hey, I know what you did wrong. I can help you. I can train you." And Darby going, "I know what I did wrong. I don't need you. Bye."
Fuck off.
And Taz would like, "Fuck this kid." And all this time, he's been battling with him. At the end, he wins with a crucifix because he knows how to fucking use it.
It's sort of like poetry, you know, they rhyme.
You know, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Mm-hmm. But
Here's a,
the
you got the better George Lucas beard. Mine's too big.
Oh,
You got the George Lucas beard. I think I got the George Lucas hair.
I am trying to grow mine out though. I just recently started because, and I guess I'm just gonna fucking reveal this right now. I'm going as Brody Lee for Halloween this year. Uh,
Shit.
but
Should I shave my head and go as John Silver? Even though
only if we can meet up. Get Cody to put on a wig and be Alex Reynolds.
Why am I dressed like this? No, he's
like,
probably going to be Casey Jones again for the third year in a row.
But the show goes off the air with Darby like looking up dramatically at Sting, like, "Oh fuck, thanks, Dad," and Team Taz just kind of like slinking off to the back.
Yep, I have a feeling the next big feud for Brian Cage and all them is Sting. While Sting is dealing with Darby, and basically they're gonna be chasing after Sting, and Sting's not gonna ignore him until his feud with Darby's done, and then it's back to them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have something to do, but Sting's doing something. It's a menage a trois.
Plenty of able-bodied people are involved, while Sting is very much still getting re-ring ready.
I don't think he's ever gonna be in the ring wrestle. I think it's just gonna be cinematic.
That's fair.
Like, I have a feeling it's going to be cinematic. What's the It's going to be cinematic matches, but with a heavier focus on in-ring style. Like the final part of Money in the Bank this year.
Or like what was it? The end of Gargano versus Ciampa.
Possibly, I don't remember that.
I watched it once and I remember it being really boring.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a cinematic match, but it's going to be framed in the wrestling ring. It's not going to be a boneyard. It's not going to be a fun house. It's not a stadium stampede.
It'll be a empty arena match.
Empty arena, yeah. Yeah.
Or like they'll probably attach a gimmick name to it, a crow's nest match. But that was Dynamite.
That was Dynamite, and this has been MMWP. This was a cluster.
Honestly, I just expect nothing to work next week.
You try and contact me all day and go like, "Chris, where are you? Chris, where are you?" I'm fucking in Tampa in a broken down car. No reason why. This is where I'm at.
You were magically teleported there by the angered gods of wrestling.
My phone's dead, and it's like, what the fuck? I got 15 kilos of coke in the trunk, and I'm going like, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Tell the people your socials.
Hi, I'm Simeon Scott. I'm the Vacuuminator sometimes. You can find me at youtube.com/thevacuuminator. You can find me at the Vacuuminator on Twitter, at _Vacuuminator on Instagram. I'm going to go watch the Zenkaiger trailer. Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Chris Boingo Writer Gaston. I do video editorials and video essays on YouTube. You can find me at Boingo Writer. You can find me on Twitter at Boingo_Writer, at Instagram at Boingo_Writer, and you can join my Discord. A link to that is in the description. We talk about a bunch of shit. It's fun. It's great. But till then, bye!